Well, Zenka, I am excited about today's conversation. We are talking about how to call a UFO, ET phone home. No, just kidding. But a lot of people have questions about this because we all love this idea that we're not the only ones out there and we want to talk with benevolent ETs, right? And we want this to happen sooner than later. So, how does this work? Do you guys teach this as part of Lightnet? You guys get together in groups and teach how to call a UFO?
Yeah, we do. And it's just like spoon bending, you open your mind, you get in a group of people who are also doing the same thing. And before you know it, you realize that you already have all the skills that you need to do this. And it's a lot of fun. So, calling UFO, it's funny. We're here in Sedona, but we do it around the world. In Sedona, you can even go on a UFO tour and they will guarantee that you will see a UFO. So, something about the magnetics here are very apt for UFO watching UFOs. So
Okay.
one of the things that you probably want to do is you want to start doing this. A lot of times you go out in the new moon because there's less light out, so it's easier to see. And you want to go out right at sundown. So that's where you're going to see a lot of things in that first hour, hour and a half. I also
Mm.
like to go out late, late, late. So maybe 3 in the morning or something as well. One of the things you want to do is I always like to take a star app. So we're going to share that app here and Star Walk 2, I think it's called, where you can actually see what stars you're looking. And I want you to see what is the star that you see the first when you open up. Now that'll give you some clues as to where you're connected. You can also look at we teach people how to look at their astrology chart of what stars were active, star nations were active when they were born. But
Hmm.
anyway, it's good to have that so so you start becoming familiar with the sky, right? You also
Right.
want to have a satellite tracker app, and that's going to show you like, oh, you think you see a UFO, but it's actually a satellite, right? There's more and
Mm.
more satellites out today that are doing that. One of the things you want to look for is unusual patterns, and one of which is what we call a power up, which is a flash. So you'll see what looks like a star go boom back, and it can do it multiple times, etc. And it's good to keep a little journal with you when you do this, and you can see where it was in the sky or just what happened, right? One of the also things you want to do is you want to raise your vibration as much as you can, and you can do this by listening to Schumann resonance or a song that you love, or just opening your heart. Some people just sing out loud. So again, it's just being in that state. And we also use gratitude as a hack, and we do that in spoon bending too, because part of your frontal cortex, your rational mind really doesn't want this to happen. It's not comfortable with it. It doesn't know what's going to happen to your life if this happens. All sorts of
Yeah.
stuff that is getting in the way. We know that um you know when you say I'm grateful for something, it's an automatic clue for your body to relax, because you can't be in gratitude and fear at the same time, really. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you want to be in that mode of gratitude. If you're with other open-minded people, that can also help. So being in a group of people can also help, but you can just do it with you and your kid, or just you, or whatever. It doesn't really matter. And we use sophisticated techniques as well. So at Lightnet, which we're open to teaching anyone how to do, and I'll talk about a few of them now. So we use radio contact. We have a segment on that on your
Hmm.
show, Sunny. Where we teach you how to set it to 144 and you turn it on. And this can be a great communication device where they're going to actually use beeps or other communication to communicate with you. The other thing we do is we send our coordinates to them. And this is a technique that a lot of people use, where they imagine themselves leaving their location, their city, and going out to a particular star system and guiding ships to go to you at your system. So it's like almost like you're connecting and then asking them to reconnect to you and show them where you are.
Okay.
I don't know that. I don't usually do that, but I just want to mention that because that's a very popular way to do this. So one of the things we do, which we learned from Jimmy Blanchett, who's a major researcher in this field, is that we would take pictures with our message, like, hey, if it's safe and appropriate, we'd like to see your ships tonight. And this is our latitude and longitude. And this is when we're going out. And we take that picture and we convert it into sound, and then we play it over our radios to them. And you can probably just play it to them in general. You don't necessarily have to have a radio to do this. And then you go out at that time and you relax and you enjoy and you wait for it. And one of the things you also might want to try is selecting a star or a light in the sky that you feel drawn to and asking it to move in a certain pattern. So you can say, please move in a circle, please move in a triangle, please move in a square, and watch for it and see what happens. It's delightful.
I have that happen to me all the time. So I don't know if it's a San Diego thing. That's where I'm at. But I can go out pretty much any night and I'll just stare at a star and it'll have those rapid movements that we were just talking about, like up, down, to the side. I've never seen one just fly through the sky like at a normal pace. It's always like a squirrel. It's like up, down, like wherever. And then a lot of times I'll say, can you move, if you can hear me, move to the right, if my right or whatever. And it happens. It really does. And so, yeah, I've seen it happen firsthand.
So fun. So fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.